Whoop. Hey guys, sorry about that. It got so crazy. So we are not going to there's no actual document. However, it is just I will show you guys the actual what Pacer says so you can see it all for yourself. It is not everybody remembers the motion for attorney's fees, document 131. And sorry, I'm having to plug in my phone because it's dying. This is going to be a short stream, but we are going to discuss it because yeah, it's one of those things. So I'll show you what Pacer says. And coming to the show. Hey, hi Michelle. How are you? Hi, Michelle feeding the smuckling. How are you? How's the little baby? Cutie pie. New mama for the second time.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize you dragged me in while I was sitting here doing my own. You're on hold. Please hold.
I would expect sanctions next, but I've said in the past, and I still think that that's going to be one of the biggest one of the things that the judge is going to take the longest on. I believe he is going to take every second that the law affords him to figure out exactly what he wants to do. So this is not going to be a very long stream. We just want to discuss this. And I know that I just streamed. For those of you who weren't here, we just did the end of a different defamation lawsuit. We finished reading through the Zachary Young defamation trial, where he is suing U.S. News and World Reports. That is a very important defamation trial where millions and millions and millions of dollars will be at stake, considering he already won millions and millions of dollars from CNN in January. And the same day that he won that $5 million and undisclosed punitive damages from CNN, the AP and U.S. News and World Report decided to publish an article calling him a human smuggler. So, quick, but I believe this. So this says order denying 131 motion for attorney's fees upon consideration. Dependent's motion for attorney's fees under 28 U.S. Code 1927 lacks merit.
Can I just say something very quickly?
Yes, you can.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Squid Pro Quo stream. Please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribing, you're sitting on the outside, please hit that subscription and come on in and say hi. Also, hello, Debbie Webb, and also hi, Greta, and hello, Cynthia, and hello, everybody. Please sit back and enjoy the stream. Thank you. This was your public announcement. Please have a good day.
Alley Cat, literally, I streamed that. We got done streaming that about 3 minutes ago. We saw this, and instead of me trying to cut that out or talking about this at the end and trying to cut that part out and repackaging it as a different thing, I just decided to make a new stream and do it that way. But that was a new lawsuit. That lawsuit against U.S. News and World Report was filed April 23rd. So it is pretty much brand new. But we just finished it. So it's
I didn't hear what you said right at the beginning, and I just looked at it. Order denying.
Yeah, order denying. There is no hyperlink, so that he did not even bother to write anything out.
Oh,
that's the most important part here, and that's why I wanted to show you guys my Pacer. I believe Jeremy posted a Connecticut hearing or a short on the Connecticut hearing. I don't know what it is, but I believe that he posted something about that. I believe he said Bruce showed up via Zoom, but I don't know exactly what was said. Okay, I was told to Devil Dog Cody to check my
DMs.
Thank you. I'll have to use these.
Well, We've got super chat as well.
Hold on. The little likes to touch things. Oh, hold on, baby.
Oh no, not super chat. It's gift members.
Yeah, I have to open up my. I have to open up my stuff because I made this like nothing is set up because this was literally like on the fly. Like I didn't.
Oh, you know what that means then? If it's
and I
been
apologize.
Made,
I apologize if you are wearing headphones. The little likes to give you a hearing test these days. The little likes to check the higher octaves of your hearing. Just to make sure that everybody is on the same page. Oh wow. So I do apologize if you guys are wearing headphones. It will get a little spicy for you from time to time. I do apologize very much in advance. We have one dislike already.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Positive vibes.
I don't. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie, we're in Kentucky. I'm assuming somewhere off of 64. But
do you know what I find really? Oh, sorry. Do you know what I find really funny? Sorry to jump in there. The fact that you've got a natural ambiance going on. It's just like that's why I'm laughing because it's like I'm looking at that piece, that document, and then listening to you two, and it's phenomenal. And by the way, the Queen's here, and she says hello.
Say hi to her for me. Oh, and I do want to show you guys this. So I have a video, a short, or
spit it out.
I have this is something that from one of my streams. Yes, ma'am. You tell him. When we were doing the Zachary Young, the first trial. Khaki, I lived in Georgetown when I was a kid. Just north of Lexington. So this is a clip. This is a clip I took from the judge in the first Zachary Young defamation trial against CNN. And Flash Fan had a very girl, what are you doing? Flash Fan had a very good comment. As a reminder, schedule trash CNN. I'm only biased towards CNN. So this, listen to this very closely.
Squid, just before you do, there's someone special here who wants to say hello to you and the little one.
Hello, little girl.
You want to say hi?
Hi, darling. Oh, hello. Carry on, it's
okay. Yeah.
This right here. They don't realize that people hitting the dislike button helps the algorithm too. It's like, okay. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
So with the sanctions, I believe that the judge is going to take every bit of the time that he is afforded because everything that he has to look at. I have been using the app that reads things for you. What is that? The stupid app that reads things for you. Speechify, so that I can read or listen to things. I've been listening to all the rules of Florida District. It's 82 pages. All this case law that he has to look into. All of this. It's like, oh my goodness, he has so much to do. And the fact that, like, if he were just doing monetary sanctions, that's easy. Monetary sanctions are easy. It's write a check, here you go. I don't think he's doing monetary sanctions at all. But this is from the Florida judge, because the Zachary Young case is in Florida. It's in Bay County, Florida. So it's a state case. However, it's a Florida judge. This is what he had to say about defamation. You're home early. Everything okay?
A statement is defamatory if it tends to harm plaintiff's reputation, tends to lower him in the estimation of the community, tends to expose him to hatred, ridicule, or contempt, tends to injure him in his business, reputation, or occupation, tends to deter third persons from associating or dealing with him, or charges that plaintiff committed a crime. Not every unpleasant or uncomplimentary statement is defamatory. A statement is not defamatory merely because it is mean, embarrassing, or upsetting.
Yeah. Just because it's mean, embarrassing, or upsetting does not make it defamation. So just because you merely don't like what someone says does not make it defamation. That is a very important distinction with all these people that say they're going to sue everybody for talking about this on YouTube. All these people that run around in chats and say, "Hey, Debbie," and that say they're going to like sue everybody. And "Hey, Shirley," that say they're going to sue everybody all the time. That's a very important distinction, that defamation, what defamation actually is. Straight from a Florida judge who happens to be a Navy vet. I didn't know that. So, yeah, I made sure to go back and clip that, because in the actual, like, if I were to move the clip over and like show, I'm like this. I'm like, see, like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, you could start to see it at the end of this clip, but I'm like,
so let me ask you a technical question on this new motion. The fact that they've now had their legal fees denied, that means they can no longer use that in any type of motion they put in now, correct?
They can always do it later. The fact that he didn't write anything, usually there's at least like a 1-page, like, or paragraph, like it.
Unless that's still to come.
I mean, usually he does it when he puts in an order.
But that line alone tells you, it speaks volumes.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I mean, I don't know what to, like, I was expecting there to be an actual like document, and then I looked at it and I'm like, wait, no, it would still be his, it would still be his, it would still be a thing, just because it's a
quick question.
Like, he would still write something, because even though there's a freeze on or 30-day stay on the case, he would still write something if he had something to write. But he wrote, I mean, upon consideration, defendant's motion it lacks merit. Like, and based on the fact, like, what I've seen from this judge getting snarky in footnotes, based on the fact that he's already really not happy with what happened, I would fare to take and this is me just thinking, this is me speculating, I have absolutely no idea. If he's so pissed off that he didn't want to write anything because he would let his annoyance get to him. Angel!
Right, now I've got a question for you, Squid.
Yeah.
The question is this. Now, with all the evidence and screenshots and everything else we've seen over the last few weeks, there's one specific one that I am very interested in. The fact that Lynette Preston stated that Bruce approached them to be excused from the case and to represent them. However, Bruce wrote in a motion that he was fired by Lynette Preston and John Cook. Now, obviously, I don't know about American law that well. Hopefully, someone can explain this in more detail. But if this comes, can this one question, right? 2-part question. One, can all this be used as evidence to show that he has been dishonest? And two, could that really, could that make the sanctions that are impending worse?
I mean, he could. I don't know if the judge would actually care. I don't know the law in Florida. I don't know the law well enough to say that it like could, but like anything technically could be evident.
I mean, the reason I'm asking that is because he specifically wrote in the motion that he was fired by Lynette Preston and John Cook. Now, they are saying that he asked them to be released.
I mean, if Jeremy can prove it, once again, you could put, and like Randy can submit anything as evidence. It's whether the judge actually gives a shit or not that really matters. the judge could say, I don't care.
Right,
So,
Yamaha bike is just I've seen
like
it.
Yamaha. More than likely, Belatho will chalk it up to a miscommunication. Might be surprised, but I doubt it will be used as perjury. Yeah, and honestly, what sucks, Unhung Hero, thanks for this $2 super chat. How are you? And there's a comment that I want to address. Winnie Wakefield, when did I ever, girl, do you really? I like how you capitalize the really, but you can't capitalize the first line in your sentence or use a period. So, whatever. But so I might not know much about the law, but I know a lot more than you about grammar. But
Oh, ow, snap in the heart.
Anyway, that's not trying to be rude. That's just obvious. Like,
and just for the record, there, Willy Wonka, or sorry, Winnie Wakefield. I do apologize. I can't spell for crap, but at least I tried to put commas and full stops and stuff.
Yeah, and this right here, he said he was terminated. He didn't elaborate on how. So it's the technicality with the remember how in the last stream we were talking about how words matter. Sticks and stones may break our bones, but words may never hurt us. And I really don't care what certain people who hate me in the chat try to say. But you know how when you're a journalist, words matter. The defamation by implication in the last one, like they knew what they were doing.
Maybe I'm just looking at a bigger picture. Maybe I'm just reading into it too much. I mean, Yamaha bike is.
But reading into it, reading into it from a person who likes to argue technicalities, because that's what I do all the time.
Yeah.
Ask Mr. Squid. I am known for going, but Robert Braun has a point. He said he was terminated. He never said how.
Yeah.
And so they could go, yeah, we asked him to relieve himself, or, not like that.
But yeah, I mean,
I think the judge would be dancing in glee not to have to deal directly with BB after the sanctioning. But did y'all catch yesterday when reading that document when we were talking about MLS and where it said MLS reached out to Bruce? What do you like? I'm interested to see what the judge will think of MLS when he finds out that MLS is the reason that Bruce is here. If that makes sense. Thank you, Mom. Your mom, thank you for the $5 super chat. You said that the judge doesn't say anything, but it's 14 pages. So the document 131 was 14 pages. I clicked on 131, not 136. 136 doesn't have a hyperlink, so there's nothing attached to it. But while we are here,
I didn't do it.
Yeah. That was one of the things that stuck with me. Yeah. And for some reason, like, I knew that last year because MLS was on my channel. Like, I considered him a friend at one point. Like, he was on my channel helping me with some legal questions during the Alec Baldwin trial. And this is the thing, like, I didn't know that he knew Bruce, and I didn't know that he had reached out to him first. That was something that was new to me until yesterday. And when I saw that, I was like, huh? Like, and this right here, remember Bruce is getting notifications of all the motions, even though he's removed. This kind of sticking it to him, if you ask me, Judges Stark, if you will, not putting anything. Also remember that there is still a pending motion to remove the judge. So even though Bruce isn't the attorney of record anymore, that's still an outstanding motion. So the judge, even though I don't think there's anything to remove a judge for, or remove this judge for, in fact, if you want to, I'm still working on my video. However, I've been going through, I'm sorry, I have a lot of documents here that I'm trying to find. There is this Judicial.
I mean, me personally, I think that like the end result, the way I see it with Deuce Boy, is that he's going to get pounded, and I underlined the word pounded, with sanctions. And I hope that the courts will contact all 3 bars in regards of his conduct and behavior, and that he no longer can practice law, because I mean, who would want a lawyer like that? No, I'd rather go and spend time in jail. Hell, I would even drive myself to jail if I had him as a lawyer.
Yeah, Cynthia, I can't remember what document number it was, but I want to show this because I've been going through, this is part of what I've been going through, because there's a lot of judges in this country right now that are a little off their rockers. And I mean, there are judges who are making decisions that they shouldn't be making and are not in their purview that have nothing to do with this. Like, there are judges that are like all over the country. There's one in Missouri that just denied something that was like, that just released a person from jail that did some of the Molotov cocktails against Tesla dealerships. Just released them from jail. So there's a lot of judges that are like, and I want to know if some of these judges are actually following their judicial conduct. So I have from March 12th, 2019, the Guide to Judiciary Policy, Ethics and Judicial Conduct, all 20 pages of it. So I've been going through it, and it's like, look at the canons. A judge should uphold the integrity and independence of the judiciary. A judge should avoid impropriety and the appearance of impropriety in all activities. Judge should perform the duties of the office fairly and impartially. Angel! A judge may engage in extrajudicial activities that are consistent with the obligations of judicial office. Refrain from political activity, compliance with the code of conduct. It's like we have a problem with 1 and 2. You brought me I know what you want. Ask Daddy. Ask Daddy. Ask Daddy. What the Hales? I would never get involved in this case. And if you haven't checked out Just Jay, oh my God, he is hilarious without trying. Like, he doesn't put a lot of effort into being funny. He is just funny by his nature. She wants a spoonful of Nutella.
Yay, Donna,
Maybe
welcome.
Jay's hilarious. And I'm sorry, the chat's moving a little fast. Activist judges, yes. So I've been going through, but in regards to Judge Boletho, I believe that this impartiality is what's causing him to be hated by a lot of people on both sides. You have both sides of the issue saying that he's against them. And it's like, it's one of those situations of like, if both sides are mad at you for something, you're being impartial. Go ask Daddy. I didn't, but I heard about it. I heard he was showed up to his Connecticut hearing by Zoom. My granddaughter does the same with Nutella. Where is that? Yeah, she brings me 2 spoons, trying to coerce me into breaking my diet and having a spoonful with her. And hey, King Paco, I hope you're feeling better. Yes, Magistrate Boletho is watching a tightrope right now. Yes, and I will bring up that document. I have all the documents in all the cases.
So I better not tell you what I'm eating, so I'm muting my mic.
Your Nutella?
I can, but I don't want to be chased down by, Navy, if that makes any sense. I am eating a cheese-filled crusted pizza, salami.
I'm making sheet pan enchiladas tonight.
So I'm going to mute my mic. If you need me, just scream.
Scream, okay. Well, I'm not going to scream because you know how I don't want to make anybody's ears, I believe it was 123.
Okay, smoke signals or light signals, that'll do.
Judge show cause, subpoena, BBB motion to vacate magistrate. I have the dates and the titles. I don't have the numbers. That's the one thing in my filing system that I failed to put in. Hey, sticky widget, long time no see. Yeah. Yep. I believe so as well. However, I believe that he is. I believe this judge is fair, considering what some judges in this country have been doing and getting away with. That he is extraordinarily fair. And my thing is if you make people on both sides angry, Exhibit A, not to say that I'm right by any means, but if you make people on both sides angry, you are staying more impartial than if you are a yes man. Because I don't agree with everybody, and nobody's right 100% of the time. I got this blue amaryllis. You just finished a spoonful of peanut butter. I got this. It's called Nuts and More. It's like a peanut butter thing, but it's a birthday cake. It is amazing. I'm trying to get her to get off her Nutella kick and eat that because it's got some protein in it, and it's a little bit better for you than Nutella. All right. Oh, you have a new watch. Yeah. You have a Samsung watch. Where'd you get that from? Daddy gave you your watch. All right, this one right here. Okay, this is the one I'm trying to get. I have so many documents open right now because I still have documents from the last stream that we did. So I apologize for my misorganization because this was an impromptu stream. I was talking about something else before this. I was just about done, and then,
Squid.
Yes.
I like Unhung Hero. Can I take him home?
Unhung Hero is my friend. No, I'm kidding. You have to talk to his fiance now.
Okay, well, I mean, can we split custody or something? I don't know.
I get 75%. You can have him 25% of the time.
Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, he is fair covered, just like the coverage on both sides has been. I generally just watch the Volp coverage. He's terrific. Oh, just Jay, I like your Volmit. Volmit. Bubbles refused to answer yes and no questions. Oh my goodness. I really hope Connecticut is better than Massachusetts. This was impromptu because Squid's great about notifications. I'm sorry for discombobulating. Well, I think we had a good thing going. Yeah, we oh boy, Yamaha. So when I piss off the SO and people down the road for naked running again, I'm being impartial, sweet, and telling the judge that Squid said I'm good to go. No. That is Spawn Trooper. He is the Welsh. I think Musi calls you a Welsh twat.
Don't do it. No.
That's what she calls you.
No, she called me a Welsh twat.
Okay. My fiance will be happy.
Oh God. I'm going back into my box.
Oh. Yeah, Devil Dog Cody. He was British Army. So yeah. All right. So this was the motion to vacate consent to magistrate under 28 U.S. Code 1636. And he puts in this. We're just going to go over this because a couple people don't remember this or didn't see it. A lawsuit isn't to win a lawsuit; it's to make you spend all your money. He likes to bring up this out of context Jeremy Hales quote all the time. maybe document 131 was so stupid it left the judge speechless and he needed all this time to say denied. Yeah, I think he needed time to cool down. And I think that I literally think that because he's been snarky before and there's that outstanding this motion, that he just didn't write anything, because if you can't say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all kind of situation. I believe that is because sometimes when you're just fed up with everything, like, you just can't be nice no matter how hard you try. Even though you're not necessarily mad at anybody or a single party, you just have an attitude with anything you say. And when you have a motion to vacate pending, it's not something that I would want to do. I mean, that's just me. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. But if I were a judge, I would just not do anything that would make this seem more plausible, if you know what I mean. That's just my personal opinion. Everybody can have different,
Squid, check Just J Hips comment.
Oh no. Wait, what did I miss? I need to turn on slow mode. Can someone agree with me that it's better teaching a puppy over listening to this crap? Oh, this one? Or was there a new one?
No, there's a new one where he says, vomit exchange emails today. I'm thinking he has a crush on me.
Oh, probably. Oh, Vomit and I exchange emails today. Oh, if you ever want to come on and tell me about them, you just let me know. I know you have your own channel and you do you, but yeah, hey, 3 awesome dogs, are you Swan Trooper, come on, soldier, eat it now, taste it later. Yeah, that's it. 3 awesome dogs, your comment keeps moving. I respect all the veterans that are here supporting Squid. Thank you. Yes, for those of you who are new, I am former Navy. Spawn is Army. He is a friend of mine from across the pond. Don't hold that against him.
Yeah, I feel threatened when you say that in that way. I do feel sort of physically threatened by that.
I am not a lawyer. I am not a judge. I am a stay-at-home mom who happens to be a former military aviation electronics tech and a occupational therapy assistant who worked in a hospital, a 700-ish bed hospital, until 2020 when I said F this and had brain surgery, and I've never been back. So yeah, he's Welsh, so he's okay. Nobody's well.
Hey, Devil Dog, just a word of advice. Stay the frick away from my sheep, boyo.
Only for this. People have still been, the hater channels have still been talking about me for some ungodly reason. I don't know why. I just joke that I need to redecorate my apartments in their heads. But only for these. I would love to get 100+ people in my other streams, talking about the NTSB reports, using my aviation and using Mr. Squid's aviation. He says he's not an expert. He's lying. He is.
Squid, sorry to interrupt. Can I just respond to someone, please?
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm not chewing anything. Bucking is buck
naked.
All right, hey, buck naked. Just for the record, you don't march by the bagpipes. You actually march. There's a big drum, and it goes boom, 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 and that's the one you go by. Yeah, it's that boof, 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 that big drum or whatever you call it. You don't march by the bagpipes. You march by the drum, because the drum is there to keep you in step. Now I'm going to carry on eating. I'm not even eating my pizza anymore. I'm just throwing it in. I'll taste it later. Sorry. Bye.
Yeah, it's because I'm so special. Yeah, I'm not that. I'm not that special. I promise. Like, I'm not that special. Oh my goodness. Hey, Johnny D. It's just funny that like I don't understand the you thought Spawn was Georgia or Alabama. Oh yeah, and I'm a cheesehead living in the South. There's that. Crayon mode implemented. Oh yes. For those of you who did not join me on the last stream, which is like 400 of you, I was sent this wonderful thing yesterday for all my Marine friends.
Did someone just call me American?
Yeah, West and Bama. Probably. But he's my expert. He says he's not, but 20 plus years in aviation and a degree in aeronautical engineering. And your aunt.
No way. Drinking crayons.
Otherwise.
Sorry. Oh,
yeah, it's an IPA. I think. Yep.
Gareth just hit the nail on the head. I like him already. Can I take him home with me?
Better than English.
I'll just hang him out the window. I'll just hang him out the window when I'm driving down the road going, God, say it. God, say it.
You're welcome for the link. I had to send it to you. Yeah, okay. It was Robert who sent this to me. Cheesehead, nobody's perfect. Shush. Shush you. You live in Kirk County. Shush. Or near Kirk County. Red and yellow crayons are the best. Fight me. Where's poor Marine when you need him? All right. All right. So getting back to this motion to vacate, since this stream was kind of like a, hey, we just needed to say that was denied and kind of talk about, you know, the little, a little bit of this. Somebody else said that yesterday that they didn't realize my flowers moved. Yeah, they move. And yeah, I'm sorry for those of you who don't like the flowers. I have them on there as a way to block my channel.
And also try reading the document on her page, right, on this chat thing here on Streamlabs, when you got these bloody waves going up and down, and I'm like going, oh, flower.
I can do this.
Uh-oh. I didn't do it. Sorry. Forgive me.
No, I can do this.
Oh, God. Oh, I like it.
Yeah. I just do that when I'm reading a document that, like this one would actually work too, because I just know I pay for these documents, guys. I love you guys, but I pay for them. And like, I know that people are screenshotting and screen recording other channels. I don't know if anybody's doing it to mine. It's not personal. It's just one of those, like, to protect my channel and things that I pay for. That's just all, like, you know, that's why I do it. It's not personal towards you guys. It's not meant to punish you guys by not being able to read it. It's more to, if someone screenshots it, that my link is in the, you know,
watermark.
Yeah.
Yep. I like the way you said it. I like the trees. I must admit, I do like the branches with the flowers.
It's very springy.
Yeah, I that's really weird. That sounds really Navy. And oh no, I'm starting to become a Navy.
Yeah. Well, you were gonna play World of Warships on your channel this morning. So.
I did actually. I actually played and I bought a sub. So yeah.
So it's like this. So we're just gonna do some cliff notes of this. So, but the immediate reason for this motion is the extraordinary circumstances that the undersigned validly fears being arrested by the magistrate during an ordered show cause hearing on April 3rd. This is coupled with the fears of the threats from the plaintiff's followers to show up in Pensacola to see Deuce Foreskin, the anti-Semitic nickname ascribed to the undersigned by the plaintiff on YouTube. Yeah, the anti-Semitic person who hangs out with DUI guy who is Jewish and has a Jewish lawyer. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like, yeah.
I still don't get that bit. I mean, I've been watching this, like, for quite a few years. I've been watching German and everything else for quite a few years. And I've been following this for 9+ months now, or a little bit longer. I have never heard any anti-Semitic, any type of comments like that. The actual fact, in fact, Mr. Magoo, Luther Magoo, he's the one who's actually made racial things, but we're not going into that. But I don't know.
Oh, Spawn.
I
Update.
didn't do it. You didn't see me do it. Can't prove nothing. I have witnesses. Can I have a lawyer?
The pictures I sent you earlier. So I went to my old house today to pick up a package that I accidentally had sent to my old address.
Oh yeah.
I was in for the shock of my life. My next door neighbor's house burned down. Or my old next door neighbor's house burned down. I talked to my old landlord, the owner of the house that I was renting. Everybody made it out okay, even the animals.
Good.
So she messaged me and let me know that everybody made it out. She still didn't tell me how it started because I don't know if they told her, but yeah, they everybody made it out of the fire.
Sorry.
Everybody made it out of the fire okay. So
Just send you a quick message.
Deuce doesn't get lawyer's fees. Deucey boy. So it's one of those situations where it's just one of those things where, you know, Spawn plead the fifth.
No.
Yeah, and they had just bought that house. They replaced the roof as we were moving, so like 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they built a fence for their dogs. And it just, yeah. I wasn't first surprised because I'm coming up the road and I'm like, what are they doing to their house now? Thinking they're doing like replacing some, windows or something. And it's like, oh no. That's not replacing the windows. That's there are no windows. Yeah.
Yeah, don't spam.
Oh, and I'm sorry, guys. I have Streamlabs set up where
it'll automatically kick you, or it'll delete. So,
it's like 30 seconds,
yeah.
So it's not long. It's it's not 30 seconds.
Streamlabs has an automated mod, and it will go pow if you do that. So it is not against you, beast.
It is set up so nobody can blame my mods for doing things. It is Streamlabs. It is me. And that way it's fair and it's not, no one can be accused of, hating on someone or, all of that fun stuff.
And Gareth, I'm not going to give that information out in public. Not ever. Never have and never will do. What I can say is that I was in the infantry.
I was neutral until Jeremy sent my first check. I'm still waiting on mine. People say we're all paid by Jeremy. I'm still waiting on that check. And Duncan, Idaho, thank you for the 10 gifted Squid Protocol memberships. Happy May Day. All right.
And I don't mean any offense, Gareth. I appreciate your question. But unfortunately, there's a different mentality over in America than there is over here. And in general, I don't give out my person that much, or I don't give out personal information. If I did, trust me, you'd see me standing outside Buckingham Palace with a sign going, "Hey, it's me, Spawn Trooper." But anyway, sorry, Squid.
Nope, you're fine. All right. You get 10K per week. It's awesome. Just wait. You will see that on the hater channels. I can assure you.
But I will tell you my shoe size.
All right. Getting back to this. So this is the cliff notes of what he was, Documents 96 and 118 were the two documents that Randy was sanctioned for. So April 3rd hearing was to show why his pro hoc vitae admission should not be revoked. Like, it just so stupid. Like, he saying you're endlessly ridiculous. This is all to explain why he did what he did. And all he did was try the case in this. Like, he didn't explain anything in this. Like, the magistrate's prior threat to arrest counsel on December 19th. Yeah, he said he could, not that he would. It's in his power to do it. Like, I just don't understand I just don't understand how someone can think like this. The judge has the power to have you arrested. That doesn't mean he will have you arrested. That means don't act foolish and do something to get yourself arrested. It's not that hard to not get arrested. It's really not. Like, I don't understand why you're scared of getting arrested. And the only reason that I would think you're scared of getting arrested is because you know that you messed up. Like, you did something worth getting arrested.
And the fact is, the court, the judge, and no one actually said he was going to get arrested. It was a comment that was made generically. You know, there's a possibility. Could he get arrested? Well, of course, the judge can get him arrested because of the first time they went there, they got warned. Hey, I've got the U.S. Marshals right here.
Okay, I know that I don't know much about this whole stuff outside of. Bye, Just Jay. Have a good nap before work. Y'all have a good rest of your day. I know that I don't know much about Bruce's past before this, except for the mac and cheese case, which is just endlessly ridiculous. But besides that, I have a really, really hard time believing this, considering didn't he have a disciplinary hearing today in Connecticut?
Yes.
So we're going to read this footnote. That was the magistrate's false equivalency of the undersigned with the plaintiff and his counsel was employed sua sponte, evidently to justify ordering a live deposition in his courtroom. Footnote 5. The undersigned, in 27 years as a litigation lawyer in state and federal courts, was never before accused in writing. This is the kicker, in writing, by a judge of acting inappropriately or unprofessionally in a deposition or proceeding. Then why do you have a disciplinary action hearing today in Connecticut?
Bingo.
I know this is like me not like I'm not trying. This is a genuine question. It's not me being snarky, but like this is. Oh yeah. But this is a genuine question.
At the beginning, he would
disciplinary. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the hearing today for the Connecticut was a disciplinary hearing, correct?
Yeah. Yes. And at the beginning, he would go on and on about the PR, about mac and cheese and everything else. But the longer we get into him being who he is, the less he started talking about it. And the last time he really got into it was with Skeletor, aka Volp, on his platform. After that, he started sort of like backing away, talking about it. That's what I can remember. But right at the beginning, he was like, bang, 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 mac and cheese, this, da. And that's why my question right at the beginning was like, how the hell did he get the pro hac vici when is it now separated where you go to Florida, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Kentucky, whatever, as long as you are good standing in that state, you can get the pro hac vici? Or do they check the record and just saw it and went, well, there's no results, so we'll just still give it to him? So that's where I'm a bit confused.
And there's another question that I have, and this would be a question that I would ask, like I would have asked MLS if we were still friends, but I timed him out for 24 hours because I was in the middle of a workout doing 1,000 box step-ups when he decided to be snarky, and I just couldn't handle it. And I timed him out for 24 hours, and then I shared my DMs. And once you share my DMs, I'm like, I just can't. But that's a question that I would ask a lawyer friend is, what do they look at it? And do they look at actions or do they look at just results? Because anybody can bring up a disciplinary action or anybody can file a bar complaint, but if you file 100 bar complaints and none of them are valid,
well,
then
this is where I have an issue because obviously you're aware that I caught him out with the messing up Scott Stark's signature. Now,
yeah, and honestly, I don't know if you're the only person that's pointed that out, but you're the only person that I've heard pointed out because I didn't pay attention much before you pointed it out.
Right. Well, here comes another thing that I noticed, and this is quite a while back, because obviously I was questioning it, and other people. There was a lot of people questioning it, both on YouTube and other places. And next, you know, you've got this printout or a letter, and it was totally the whole letter looked like someone just typed something out, printed it, but when they printed it, it came out totally wrong. You know, like the dates were strange. The wording wasn't straight. What do you call it? The columns. Nothing added up. It looked like if it was a quick job, basically. And then and I found like he also had a seal on the letter. Now I know that I got told afterwards that over in America the courts, and I'm not sure over here, but they put seals on the letters. Now I find that quite strange because the seal looked really strange. It was like if it was taken off one thing and then put on. But that's allegedly speculation. This is just me guessing. You know, so I mean,
and
with his record as well.
Well, and Drew brings up a really good point, and so does Devil Dog Cody. He's in good standing until the bar says he isn't. Just because the bar says you haven't been in trouble for anything doesn't mean you haven't been accused of anything. So there's like there's a difference between being accused.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But even if there's an investigation, okay, I'm going to throw a question at you and everyone else. If you are under investigation or you're on the disciplinary board of a bar, and knowing full well the way he's behaving about breaking the ABA model, professional model rules, if he's on a bar, wouldn't they notify other bars like Florida, where he's got the Pro Act VC, or Massachusetts bar? Wouldn't they?
Probably not, because think about every state. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying think about every state as a different country.
That makes sense. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. I got you.
And like the voting thing. So voting is a big thing over here, and voter fraud. Some people think it exists. Some people think it doesn't. Well, when I moved from one state to another, I was still on the voter registration in the state that it didn't transfer over or recognize that I moved out of state and wasn't a resident anymore. Even though I was a resident in my new state and I was registered to vote, I wasn't unregistered to vote in the other state.
Huh.
So think about how that works. As long as I had a bill with my name on it in that other state, doesn't matter how old it was, I had a piece of paper with my name on it and that address, I could go vote up there.
Right. Someone's just brought up something that I want an answer for. But I mean, your law system over there, I mean, it's like someone's throwing a boomerang with razor blades, but no one's willing to catch it. Now, Jeff Grady just made a really good point here. Now, he's putting out, and I've read this up. I've read this on my.
So, DR had a good one too. He never put on his Pro Hack VJ paperwork. He did not say he was under investigation. I think that's related to what Jeff said. And I want to acknowledge both. Pro Hack VJ is by application with a barred licensed attorney voucher. One of the questions on that application: does the application have any pending disciplinary actions? Did he lie?
Now, here comes my question to that. Okay, here comes my question, because so far, unless I am absolutely deaf, right, or people are trying to explain it to me in Americanese, and obviously there's a translation issue. I'm only joking, by the way, guys. It says there on that, where's that comment gone? Right. It says there, pro act vice is by application with a barred licensed attorney vouch. So who is the actual attorney of Florida who put their name on the chopping block to put him forward for that?
It doesn't say.
Exactly,
Hold on.
because it
I
can't
have
be Scott
his-
Stark.
I have his pro hac vitae right here.
That's the question that people should be asking. Who is the attorney who vouched for him to become a pro hac whatever?
Vitae.
That's the one. That word.
I say pro hac vices because I just miss legal vices,
No.
and it's funny.
Yeah. I mean, VICE is vice. So anyway, undersigned music.
Undersigned. I'll read it because we got 482 people.
Go, send it.
The undersigned moves for admission pro hac vitae as counsel for defendants Lynette, Michelle, Lacey, Alexis, Preston, blah blah blah, and John Cook. The undersigned's attorney admission tutorial was completed September 3rd, 2024. The confirmation number, not important. Undersigned certifies that he is familiar with the CMECF e-filing system. The undersigned is in good standing with the state of Massachusetts. That's the kicker. This is the kicker.
Oh.
He did not put anything about. He did not put anything about Connecticut on his pro hac vitae form. Think about that. His actual practice is in Massachusetts. So he did not put Connecticut is his second state. I'm assuming just because of the proximity and because those states are so small that, like here traveling, 100 miles, I'd still be in the same state. They're traveling 100 miles, you'd be in a different state.
Okay, can you scroll up for a second?
Yep.
Okay, so explain this to me. Where is the attorney of Florida who vouched for him to become a pro hac vice?
So I'm going to look at a different. I don't know. I can't answer that. But we're going to look at a different case. Right,
because I apologize if I'm throwing stuff out there, but
no. This is we're gonna look at this. This is a pro hac vitae motion and I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm throwing too many documents at you guys. I apologize. It's 2525. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Angel, what happened? Did you drop it? Hold on. I'll be right back.
New book order, legal Latin for Welsh. Shut up, devil dog. I'll take your crayons off you. No, but seriously, I mean, the thing is, this is months ago, I actually did some research and I actually read up about Florida law and everything else. And from what I saw or what I read, and look, I'm telling you right now, I don't know jack about American law. I just read stuff and, I just read it and look up stuff just to confirm. But it says in the actual, the documents or the governmental site I was on, it says that a legal practicing lawyer, attorney has to be present for, to vouch for a pro hac vice. However, a pro hac vice can conduct court stuff or can represent or can be in court without that lawyer present. Now, I still don't see how the hell he just happened to be able to do the course and bang, there he goes. He's got the pro hac vice without someone being there. So, ladies and gentlemen, the undersigned moves for admission. Bruce Matskin has lied about his.
Okay.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Sorry. The little dropped her iPad over the side of the chair, but she was holding on to it against the side of the chair. And it was like this, how do we not drop this? So
I don't know if you heard what I was just saying.
let's see. I do have this. So this is the Ruby Frankie case. The Ruby Frankie
Wait a minute, leave it.
connections, all of that crap in Utah. Jody Hildebrandt, Ruby Frankie, connection classrooms, all that. Before the court is locals council motion for pro hoc vice admission of Carl Michael Tillman, based on the motion, but this one doesn't have it either. So it's, I don't think you need to in federal court. So that one, we proved it with a different, you know.
What about state? Because what's his name just put in it? I think it's Jeffrey. Was it Jeffrey or let me see. Stark? Okay. Yeah, but Stark isn't in Florida, is he?
Stark is Florida.
Is he? Oh, well, there you go. And I think that's the answer then.
Yeah, I think it had to be Stark. But I remembered that I had a pro hoc vitae motion from another federal district. So I figured we would just open it up and compare because I couldn't remember. I didn't think you needed one, but the best way to do it is to compare it to another federal district.
Yeah, I mean, why can't your thing over there be so? Why do you guys so have to complicate things? Why can't you just keep it?
Our
simple?
freaking system is based on yours.
No, it's not.
Based on, not completely, but based on. So.
I refuse to answer that
How
question.
we've managed to turn a one-line denial into an hour stream, I have no idea.
It's because we're having fun. That's why. I'm still I'm still struggling. I'm sorry, but I'm still struggling with the fact that he's richly if that guy, after all this is finished and everything is settled and moved on, if he is still practicing law after that, then you guys need to petition the Supreme Court to reevaluate your legal system over that.
Well, there's a lot. Like, there's a reason that I have the judge's code of judicial code of ethics, whatever this is, code of conduct for United States judges. There's a reason that I'm reading through that. Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know a lot about law, but one thing I do know is that when there is a breakdown in communication between multiple bodies or multiple departments, like, and then you've got a judge who does parte conversations with defense, and a lawyer doesn't turn up because he got told by the judge to come to court, and he doesn't turn up and comes up with a bloody excuse. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I mean no disrespect to anyone over there, but you seriously have a severe issue with your legal system.
Yeah. Our legal system is decent. It's our practitioners that need some work.
Yeah, true.
So it's one of those situations where there's a reason why I'm going through the judicial code of conduct, because this is not one, I wanted to show what Judge Belitho is actually doing right, and two, I wanted to show what other people are doing wrong. That's the second one.
I mean, one thing I'm glad is that basically, instead of him like acting like Judge Grudge, he slapped both across the back of the legs. But luckily
he gave up his Connecticut bar license pending the appeal. Woo! You heard it here last.
I called it.
Thank you, JW.
I called it months ago.
Like you heard it here last.
Do you know what? If and I'm not being vindictive or anything else, but from everything I've experienced over the months with that guy, if he loses his license to practice law, I'm happy, and then I'm just going to go and play games and talk about NTSB records and stuff like that.
Hey, I have my favorites. Oh, our MTSB streams are.
Oh God!
Oh yes. Can one of my mods post Yamaha's link? And everybody that has a channel in that's in this chat. I still have to set up StreamYard or Streamlabs to do some people's. I have some people's links automatically posted when they come into chat and type, but I'm still working on each individual person's. It's a work in progress. His life, life. So I'm slowly getting the hang of it. It's just I'm slow.
Yeah, the moment you mentioned NTSB, I suddenly got a headache.
Yeah. The problem the problem right here, Perry brings up a really good point. The problem with the people who review lawyers are lawyers themselves. And take this with a grain of salt, but it's the reason that term limits for Congress will never be made a law, because Congress has to vote on term limits. Think about that. They're never going to vote themselves out of a job. It's the most bestest voice on the internet.
Sexy voice. Oh yeah.
You got competition, Yamaha.
No, Oh, no.
I just like today's BBB's appeal for con license. Like Connecticut, you got to work on that. Con license is a very appropriate name. It's the same problem with police investigating themselves for wrongdoing. Yeah. Yeah. There was a time when the judges in the judiciary in every state made an effort to stay out of the appellate process. Not anymore. We have some judiciary trying to create law from the bench. I know your job is to interpret the law, not to make law. There's a problem. They can't. But getting 2/3 of the states to agree on anything. Good Lord. Hey,
right, I've just shared Yamaha Bikers link in chat.
Yay! Sweet.
Oh, so was Roy. Is this why a lot of people are leaving America? Moving to the Bahamas and other places, or is
people are moving to Hawaii and thinking they're moving to a foreign country? So there's that.
I don't know. I mean, from all the people I've met, there's only 3 people I detest, and those 3 people are Bruce Matskin, Mr. Magoo, and Skeletor.
Hey, Claire, how are you? So it would still be easier than dealing with trying to get 3/4 of a vote in Congress. Yeah, getting 3/4 of anything to agree, getting half of the people to agree on anything these days.
What did I get wrong?
I wish I'd never heard of this crap. Well, here you are. Welcome to my stream. People moving from Minnesota to Michigan. Well, at least they're skipping over Wisconsin. Just the lefty soy dripping loons, no less. Yeah, I reserve my political views and political streams for political reasons, but I am all for those of you who are new to my channel, holding people accountable for the jobs that they're supposed to do.
Is that you, John Wayne?
Voted them into certain areas, or they were hired to do certain things. Like, I am not a lawyer. Somebody told me I needed to be a lawyer to know what a good one was.
Wait, what?
Somebody commented when I first started covering this case. Not that I had not covered other cases before this for 8 months before I covered this case. I had been covering other cases, like a couple murder trials and everything. And the Alec Baldwin sham trial or whatever that was, other things. And the person told me that I can't tell what a good lawyer is unless I'm a lawyer. I'm sorry. I'm not a pilot, but I can tell you what a good one is. I'm not a chef, but I can tell you what a good one is.
Yeah. Can I ask you a quick question? Do you have like a system over there? Because over here we got trading standards where you can actually check about a trader if they got any bad standing or anything else. Over there, I mean, I know that you've got Yelp and Yellow Pages and things like that. Isn't there a way of like contacting the bar and saying, hey, can you give me a list of lawyers who do not have any issues against their name or stuff like that?
I think there's a way, because you can check on the bar's website. You can go to I cover as a juror, and in this case, I'm kind of covering it. I'm not acting like the judge, but I'm only reading the documents and making my decisions based on the judge, is what the judge sees. And for those people who, there are people who always mention to me, what the judge, that the judge needs to, I saw a comment that said the judge needs to investigate. This comment was not on my stream, so I'm not going to name this person's name. And even when I showed it on my stream, if you comment on my thing and I show your comment, I will show your name because it's my channel. However, if I'm showing a comment that was posted on somebody else's channel, I'm not going to show the person's name because that's not my channel. So even though I will show the comment, I'm not going to show the name because I try to be, somewhat respectful in that mindset. However, there is this. Let's see. And I'm showing you guys a bunch of different things, but these are all things that I've been looking at. So when I talk to you about certain things, these are the things that I'm currently reading through to make the decisions and tell you the opinions that I'm telling you.
Oh, right.
Formal opinion 478 from the American Bar Association from 2017. Factual research by judges via the internet. Easy access to a vast amount of information available on the internet exposes judges to potential ethical problems. Judges risk violating the model code of judicial conduct by searching the internet for information related to participants or facts in a proceeding. Independent investigation of adjudicated facts is generally prohibited unless the information is properly subject to judicial notice. The restriction on independent investigation includes individuals subject to the judge's discretion and control. So when people tell you, or when people comment on different videos, the judge is biased, he needs to investigate. Anything that's not in, anything that the judge doesn't know, the only people you can blame for the judge not knowing it is the lawyers. It's hard. I don't mean to put that on Randy, but that's, if the judge doesn't know something that we think the judge should know, the only person that you can blame for that is the lawyer, because the only thing the judge can follow is what's in the court record.
I'll tell you one, the only lawyer who's actually been doing his job from day one is Randy Socket, in my opinion. But that's my personal opinion.
Oh, and yesterday's motion, I actually got through the whole motion in one sitting. I was shocked. I was shocked. I didn't cook dinner, but it's okay because the little ate something leftovers and Mr. Squid wasn't hungry anyway. So I just have stuff that I need to cook before it goes bad. But at the same time, I got through an entire 84-page motion in one sitting.
Well, I'm glad we're not doing that with the NTSB freaking docs, because
there's too many rabbit holes in this. This case, we know the rabbit holes, so I can kind of and some of the stuff, because it was the amended complaint, I kind of the stuff we already know, who Jeremy Hales is. We can skip that part. Anybody who doesn't know who Jeremy Hales is by now, that's paying attention to this case, there's 10,000 other videos that you can watch to find out who Jeremy Hales is. So I was able to skip, pages here, pages there kind of situation.
So all in all, how many, because I know I think someone wrote it in, I think it was in one of the motions. So all in all, how many documents have been filed on this case? Well,
100
in whole.
in both cases, or just the one?
In the thumbnail case, the
Oh, the
invasion
thumbnail
case.
case? I don't know. Levy County is so ass backwards with how they.
No. What I mean is from the moment Deuce Boy took control until sanctions. How many altogether? Because I'm trying to calculate how many pages in all were. I mean, were we looking at what 7 to 10,000 pages?
I would say so. Like, yeah.
That's a small
The
Christmas
judge
tree.
can't investigate. That's someone else's job to investigate and produce
Oh.
facts and emotion. The judge doing it itself would in itself be biased. Yep, Jeff. And y'all know how I operate. Like, I can say something, but I like to show you guys the proof, like why I'm saying the things I'm saying.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's why I find these other documents, and that's why I'm making these other videos and things. Like, I say these things, but like I still hear them, and it's like I heard it for a long time from certain people, and I'm like I got into it with certain people. Like, we had disagreements to the point where I was like I got so frustrated. I got like pull your hair out frustrated. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Well, the last 3 years, it doesn't matter. Like, well, they're doing this, they're making video. Is it an emotion? If it's not an emotion, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
I'm just sorry.
Matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to you, and at the same time, I'm reading Double Dog Cody. A Welshman teen on his drive lesson instructor asked him if he could make a U-turn, to which he replied, "Make a U-turn, I can make." You fucker. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And but I mean, I don't know.
The order that was in today was the order denying the motion for attorney's fees. Sanctions are not in yet. There has been no. I really hope the judge didn't look at my channel because I'm lucky. All of the thumbnails in Exhibit 8 that Bruce posted of my channel, none of them said Judge McDreamy.
Tammy, I mean,
I had to go back and look. I had to go
bet
back and look to see. I was like, oh my God, like, last thing I want is a federal judge knowing that I called him Judge McDreamy.
He probably already knows.
Sanctions are not in, but here's the interesting thing about what the judge did with this denial. He did not actually write an order. He did not actually write an order. He wrote, there is no actual document here. He wrote order denying 131 motions for attorney's fees upon consideration. Defendant's motion for attorney's fees under 28 U.S. Code 1927 lacks merit. And that's all he wrote. There is no actual signed, it says signed Zachary C. Boletho. There is no actual, formal document, which to me sends a message. I could be wrong, and I could be completely reading too far into that. He might just be busy. And because it lacks merit, he could just not care. He could just not care and be busy with other things and just said, it's not important, I'll do it later. Or he can't say, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Or he's read it and gone, nope.
Yeah, this one right here. Hater channel's gonna be wild tonight. Yeah, and guess what? I have a feeling Sperm Trooper is gonna be high on the list of people they're talking about.
Oh, for crying out loud. No, it's Spud Potatoes Trooper. I mean, I've got so many different names. I'm actually quite.
Trooper.
It's the Pooper Scooper, Luther Trooper, the Luther Trooper. Oh, that song is fantastic. You know, but I mean, you know, sperm, spoon, spud. I mean, I appreciate that.
Pacer is 10 cents a page. Did you hear? I just spent about $1 today on this, just this.
Wait,
did you
what was
hear
that?
the semi that dumped 800,000 dimes in a rollover on an interstate yesterday? How many subscribers first thought? That's a lot of pages to download.
Yeah, he's probably
Yeah.
downloaded the whole database.
This
Wait,
right
did
here.
he pay $800,000?
Yeah, my Pacer bill is due soon. Yep, my Pacer bill is due soon. It's automatic draft, so like it, you know, all it does is take the information out of my or take the money out of my account, but still, like it.
Yeah.
Oh, my Pacer bill. Oh.
Yeah, Cynthia, just in regards to that, just to and also to respect Baby Squid, unfortunately, due to the overwhelming threat that I've received from Baby Squid, number 2 is being picked for the Luther song. Yeah, she told me, I want to, or I'm just gonna, yeah.
Well, Nick, I don't even think they realized the jaw dropper from yesterday's motion. Which jaw dropper? Where they mentioned, or where Randy mentioned the fact that LMNOP,
Garrett, stop.
they the money, and that they're not indigent and they're not reporting things. The fact that MLS was the one who introduced Bruce to this case. Bruce, or MLS reached out to Bruce before Bruce contacted Lynette. The fact that their monetization may be in question after the judge reads that. There's so many, I don't think, okay, so I understand Christopher Gage is Christopher Gage is MLS's lawyer. I believe he had every right to do the motion he filed for an amended complaint. That first complaint was very convoluted and kind of mixed everybody up together. He had every right to separate, to ask what exactly did my client do in your opinion. However, I don't think that he expected, and I don't think that because that was probably the best motion I've ever read from Randy. I enjoyed reading that yesterday. Al McKay, thank you for the $10 super chat for Pacer Bill. Thank you. And Gail.
I wonder if they'll turn it into a TV series when it's all done.
As long as it's not a Lifetime movie, we're good. Gail, thank you for the $5 super chat. Pacer Bill fund so Baby Squid can have bananas. Oh, appreciate you.
Sorry, I got to step away for a sec.
I did not realize that. And the effed up thing about it is okay, I don't like sharing DMs because it was done to me and I don't like it. But the DMs that MLS shared of mine and him, I asked him, what do you know, or do you know Bruce? And he said, not any more than you do, or something along those lines. I'd have to look at the actual wording of it. But if I remember correctly, it was something about the video is not up because he used my content without manipulating it, and I copyright struck him. That's why we're not friends. But it's. I did when I asked him that, I was like, what do you know about this Bruce? Because at that time he was just giving. I was in a chat I was in. He was giving the subscriber or the person's chat I was in a hard time, only for the simple fact that she was going on a stream with Megan. And she had no idea about any of this. And he was in her chat starting crap. And I called him out for it. And I asked him because at that time, I knew sort of who he was. So I asked. And like his response to me was, I don't know anything more, just what you do, or something close to that. And it's like that he lied to me. Like that proved yesterday that he lied to me. Oh yes. For a recap, we will do this real quick. We will, because this is kind of a highlight video. Like that document only took, or the judge's document only took me like 30 seconds to read. But for 14, what did I do? Did I not save that yesterday?
So, I know this is going to be like a, oh my God, how slow are you? Right. But when it
that every day.
Say what?
Kidding, totally kidding.
Silence. No. MLS. When did he actually officially sort of get involved in this case? While you're looking, by the way, just
I don't know, because I didn't really pay attention to this case. And the person who asked me, I don't remember who it was. Judge denied motion for attorney's fees. This is all he wrote. There is no actual document to click on. All he wrote was order denying 131, lacks merit. We are just kind of going over things and talking about different things. $5 from Book Nugget, increase supply. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's one of those situations, and it's just one of the situations that, like, I just realized that he lied to me, because those, and the only reason I'm talking about the DMs is because he shared them publicly already. So like, but the person who asked me if I was a fellow cheesehead, yeah, I am. I'm from Milwaukee, Waukesha area. So I don't live there though. I don't even live in Wisconsin anymore. So it's but did I not save that motion yesterday? Oh my goodness. If I didn't save that motion yesterday, I'm going to be upset, because that was like $5. Oh no. Oh no.
it is your backup stash devil dog.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I'm looking in all my folders because I'm like, did I save it in the wrong folder?
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to experience is Squid Protocol going, oh no, oh no, oh no.
You're about to watch Squid's head explode.
And be going like, no, oh no, don't, oh no. Woo-hoo.
This is the reason I try to keep my, this is the reason. Okay. Whew. Nope. I saved it in the wrong. No, I didn't save it in the wrong place. I was looking in the wrong place.
So basically what you're saying publicly is that you're an admin grenade.
Yeah, I have too many. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 documents open right now.
I rest my case.
So like looking in the right, like I have documents on, for the person that is, did Squid lose it, or did baby Squid misplace Squid's homework? Let me close some of these that we're not using anymore. I have it right here. I was looking in the first lawsuit, and it's in the second lawsuit.
Come on, guys.
Y'all.
Let's hit that like. Come on, guys. Let's hit that like button. We've got
My brain is
447.
melting. Y'all, I had brain surgery. Okay, like, forgive me. Sometimes things just melt.
So does that mean we can technically call you Bionic Lady?
Yeah, I do have a metal plate in my head.
Case closed. Next.
I have a metal plate right here, back of my head.
That's the start. Oh, okay, Debbie. Thank you.
Let's see. Page 2 of. Oh, I was wrong. It wasn't 84 pages. It was 74. that I made it through yesterday. Woohoo!
That's not bad, actually.
I made
On
it
your
through
own as
74
well.
pages in one setting. I thought I was. Oh,
And that on your own as well. That's not,
Hey.
that's good going, that.
oh. Where's the Welsh? Oh no, I'm not reading this. Brazil's realm. Where do Welsh go to college?
Oh my God, Razilla. That's high school, by the way.
Alrighty. So this is yesterday, but this is the interesting part. Luthman or whatever.
Luthman.
He looks like the penguin.
No, he looks like Mr. Magoo, who's had a bicycle pump stuck up his bottom.
He looks like the penguin. No, not any more than Bruce does. He's just short, right? Am I thinking of the right person?
Well, anything below anything below 4'10", I consider a hobbit. So he doesn't look like a hobbit yet.
Well, James, there's a part in there. So this is one that Richard Luthman got added. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like, we don't need jurisdiction and venue because we already look like there's certain things that, like, he broke it down by each individual person, which was, I think, the best way to do it. Like, that's the way I would have done it if someone told me, hey, write this the best way you can. Like, oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Sometimes I like, because your brain only remembers things that you're paying attention to. The things that become automatic, like saving a document, because it becomes automatic for me. It's like driving and forgetting how the drive, but knowing that you got home, but forgetting like how you got there, because it's automatic. Saving documents now has become an automatic habit that I actually forget if I do it. Plus, I was looking in the wrong case. All these YouTube video links, which was what helped get through this. All this, the comments, but there was some stuff like this. Durham embezzled from a church. That's defamation because that's implying that he committed a crime. That right there implies that he committed a crime. Like, this implies that he committed a crime.
Hang on a minute. Time out. I just saw time out. Wait, what? No, wait. No. Cynthia, Luthman has been dragged into this by Volt. Luthman has got nothing to do with this, but he has involved himself in this, and everything that he's done. Right at the beginning, he put up a video of Mr. Hales and a couple of other people. However, he changed the look or the facial look of Mr. Hales, right, and made accusations, and that's why I think that's part and parcel. However, that absolute pleb of a human being, right, is in more. Right?
I'm gonna look for Judy.
Yeah. So him suing for that. Do you know? Look, there's a town in Oregon I've done the research on, and it's got a lot of history behind it. It's called Idiotsville, and it's a ghost town. Okay, and I'm starting to realize now where all the idiots are, and I think you need to repopulate that village. And it's a shame I haven't got that picture because a condom could have avoided. Oh God, I'm going to plead the 5.5. What is it?
5.5. You don't have a Fifth Amendment.
That's why I said 5.5.
Oh boy.
All right, I'll plead the 4.5 then.
So there's something for Preston before we right here. Since May of 2023 to date, Preston solicits money publicly. So I'm highlighting things that are I think are important.
That's true. Factual.
That are so when I want to maybe if it'll work this time.
Not just in Otter Creek, but also in Northport and other places. That's fact. That is actual fact.
Come on.
Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it.
No, usually it works right off the bat, and I don't know why it's not.
Aren't you supposed to fill it? Is it like the drawing tools? Like?
There we go.
There you go.
I'm just tired. Marketing and GoFundMe projects receiving money from consumers and from Weeks, claiming she is indigent while withholding her true income.
True. Factual.
Including operating a flea market shop.
That's also factual.
From federal and state governments and consumers, she further fails to declare her income from donations to her 501c3 charity.
Is that active again?
I don't know.
Right. Okay.
I have no idea.
Because as far as I can remember, it was inactive.
This is Cook. This is Cook. Oh, Helm. Acting devil's advocate, this God of Law thing was a joke. He added it like DUI guy added buckle up because he said it all the time. It was a joke. Plain devil's advocate, it was a joke. Maybe not in good taste, maybe not your kind of joke, but like it was a joke. Forgetting how you got home while driving is called a DUI. No, but your brain will not remember things you are not paying attention to. So when you drive every day on the same route, your brain no longer like attends to it as much, pays attention to road signs, things like that, because you do it every day. It becomes routine. This is what I found funny. Mr. Hales did not respond to him regarding playing Legos. God, it sounds like we're in elementary school. It sounds like we're in elementary school playing Legos. Like I understand, and I said it yesterday that I
remember that. How childish can you be? Well, he's playing Lego. He's not playing with me.
It just sounds like the way it's playing out here is like it's.
Oh, really?
It's just the way it sounds here is like, okay, tell me you're throwing like a middle school temper tantrum without telling me. I mean, it could have been worded where it sounds like it's like a grown-up thing to do, because they're literally doing hard Lego projects, like building things, like those Legos for adults, while drinking. So like, and into the wee hours of the morning. I think that the stream starts at like 10 o'clock Eastern time. Like it's not an afternoon, like cup of tea type of stream. So at the same time, like you know what I mean? Like it could have been worded where it sounds like a normal thing that adults can do, but Randy worded it where it sounds like an elementary school tantrum, which is actually kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that content, but could it have been taken out of context, or did he actually did throw Teddy out of the pram and Well, you don't play with me.
Yeah, Valhalla and MLS had, I don't know if they still do it. I haven't watched in forever if they did, but they had a stream called Legos and Life Legos and Libations or something like that.
Oh, I've heard of that.
And it was a thing where it was them two. They had a moderator, it was like their super fan, she called herself, or something like that. I can't remember what her name is. And then they'd have a guest. And I guess they had Jeremy on, and he didn't want to do a Lego project while he was on. But then he went on to DUI Guy's channel and apparently did Legos, which I didn't see that one either. So, like, I don't know. But at the same time, he did Legos with Larry, and then I guess, according to this, MLS got mad, and that's when he started making videos of being against Jeremy. So there's that.
Wow.
And I just know that because I was friends with MLS, so that I was paying attention to those videos because, like, that was my friend. Yeah. Just sitting there. Yeah. Knock it off there. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Good day. I thought it was a bad idea to have secondary imaging stuff at the end, and it could stuffed in earlier amongst the other garbage to hide. I'm looking for the highlights of military food meme. And I just got an email from somebody. I'll read a little bit. I got an email from a few people.
Oh, hello, James Barron.
I will
Thanks very much.
look
Appreciate
at
that.
them. I will read them more in depth when I have time.
I mean, like this Helms. I mean, I've seen a picture of him, and I've heard stories, everything, in regards to all this. He just sounds like a very immature individual.
Rosalind Duke just did a simulator stream. You mean similar stream with Valhalla Awaits and MLS? Interesting. I didn't know she did a stream with MLS recently. That's interesting.
Again, let's play Lego. Shall we do that? Shall we start buying like? 1 second, darling. Can I start buying Legos, please? And start.
Hey, Juliet. There will be no Legos in this house for a while because one, she likes to still put stuff in her mouth and she will eat them.
Well, I've just had the adult version of no.
But at the same time, like I don't want to step on anything. This is so in the spring of 2024, Helm contacted Matskin and others to enlist them as co-conspirators.
To take down Hales and whatever.
So whenever Matskin got involved, it implies that Helm contacted Matskin. So whenever Bruce contacted accordingly, in retaliation, Helm contacted Preston and Cook and offered his assistance. As a result, Helm decided to join Preston and Cook's conspiracy to take down Hales and Mr. Hales. In the spring of 2024, Helm contacted Matskin. Doesn't that imply that Helm was the first person to reach out to Bruce?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Shine, how are you? You're actually doing Legos as we speak. I know that adults do Legos because some of those Lego kits are like no child like I did Legos when I was 8, 9, building houses and stuff like that. Yeah, it'll be a choke hazard. And surprisingly enough, even though Bruce thought my daughter could choke on an Apple Pencil, the girl, if Bruce can choke on an Apple Pencil, like, where is his? He must be doing a lot of Laura Owens, because that gag reflex is absent. But like, it implies that this is.
It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, it says MLS talked to Manskin at that time, but it does not say that Manskin wasn't involved already. Yeah, that's be the now check the Matskin part and see. Yeah. Mommy, Big Bad Jeremy doesn't want to play with me. That's what it sounds like. But like, Shine, you said you were doing Legos as we speak. Like, I know a lot of adults do Legos, and I have no problem with that. Like, like, it's fine. However, the way Randy writes it is perfect to make MLS look like he's throwing a toddler temper tantrum. Like that, the way it's written, it's not what is actually happening. Like, regardless of what is actually happening or what happened, the way it's written implies that it makes it seem like playing Legos is a juvenile. You know what I mean? Like, we're not building a Lego kit. We're playing with Legos. Like,
DM.
It's a.
I mean, it's interesting that like that does come across that he's acting like a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, and regardless of yeah, in my opinion, he sort of did have a baby fit. And whatever your opinion on that is, like, I know everybody sees it a little differently, and that's fine. Really, the only thing that matters is what the judge thinks at this point. However, at this point, it only matters what the judge thinks. However, the way it's written makes it seem like a juvenile act, and I think Randy did that intentionally.
And when I was saying that I think that everything's organized, it's just dawned on me, by calling it an anti-what the hell's media ecosystem is classified as an organized group, and because you're organizing to take actions against someone or something.
Yeah, I agree with this. I have my favorites. It was written to look like MLS took revenge with Jeremy for snubbing him for that incident. It also looks like it was written to making Legos look like a child activity, therefore implying that MLS is a child. Like, it, A plus B equals C, Yeah, it was deliberate. It was definitely deliberate. Like, it was, yeah. Grown adults falling out over Lego sounds very immature. Yes, that's true too. Like,
yeah, JW is right.
Yeah. So here's the interesting thing, and I don't know. Looking back on this now, I'm seeing this a little differently now. This says in March of 2024, or in the spring of 2024, Helm contacted Matskin. It says for Matskin in early 2024. So here it sounds like, depending on when your definitions of early and spring are, because early 2024 could still be March, which is technically spring.
February? I think it was February or something.
I'm just saying, like, because he didn't put exact dates and he didn't become pro hoc vice until September. I also think that implies that, I think it was written to imply that that Helm reached out to Matskin reached out to Preston. I think it was written, otherwise dates would have been written, because he was not officially pro hoc vice until September. Anything before that is, was he or wasn't he? So, like, it, I
mean, just to play devil's advocate, I mean, Matskin was already sort of around the scene around February, I believe. So Helm probably saw that as like, oh, well, he's a point of contact, so I'll contact him. So that's probably what is meant with that. But I'm just playing devil's advocate. And I found a new nickname for Vault, Dobby.
Dobby. I don't know. I kind of like vomit.
Do you?
I kind of like
Dobby,
vomit.
Dobby.
So I'm just highlighting dates for a timeline. That way, like, if anybody like has questions or like I have questions that I can't remember stuff, we can refer straight back to, highlight dates because it's easy to pick out dates. Still trying to stay hidden. Or trying to still stay hidden. My dyslexia, sorry. Tug. Therefore, Helm invited Matskin to appear on Helm's YouTube channel. February 17th, Matskin contacted whatnot. Okay.
That's this year.
Yeah. I wonder where that, like, I know I read it, but where is it? The contingency. I read it. I swear I read it. Oh, right here. However, upon verified information, this is not true. Matskin's written agreement with Preston and Cook is based on contingency. Whoa.
What the?
I just spun the document. Whew. There we go. I highlighted the contingency. Yeah, I know. I'm highlighting dates. So I'm highlighting dates to get a if anybody has questions about the timeline of this of what this document says, that I'm, I'm highlighting the important, like the bomb drops too, but contacted YouTube, keyword verified. Yeah. This is Robbie, or I think that's what his name is, right? The Kezi. That's Robbie. Wait. These people's names, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Kezi
Kezi is Robbie, aka Swamp Lizard.
Okay. Teschendorf, Middletown's worst.
That's Jabba the Hoot.
Jabba the Hoot. Yeah, I've been talking since 1:30. I'm just getting a little I think so. Robbie the crocodile guy. 7,000. I think so. Ugh.
I wonder how Snowflower's doing.
I don't know.
I wonder if Snowflower's got a family now down in the swamps down there. Not Snowflower, Snow.
I was like, what are you talking about? Snowflower for?
No, not Snowflower. No. Snowplow, Snow Flag, whatever. And there was an albino alligator that done a runner. Sorry, go ahead. Albino, yeah. It's one of a very, how do you call them? There's not a lot. There's not a lot. Very exotic type of alligator.
So the original point to this video, the whole 30 second thing that this was 30 seconds that could have been wrapped up. I just didn't want to do it on my last stream because I would have had to cut it, and it's just sometimes a pain in the butt with YouTube to like cut things. It's easier if you're using like a editor, but the judge wrote an order denying motion for attorney's fees. So Bruce gets nothing. You don't get attorney's fees. You get nothing. When your clients claim to be indigent and you don't pay for anything, you don't get anything. And he denied it as moot. or he denied it, saying it lacks merit. Here's the kicker with it, though. He did not write any order. He did not actually write an order, like an official paper that you can click on and see. He just wrote this.
Didn't he say he's pro bono, by the way? So why would he get legal fees if he's pro bono? Just saying.
I mean, I've heard that people can still get it for some things, but not everything. But like, you can still get it for certain things. I'm just not sure what exactly those certain things are. And I understand, sort of. If you know you can get it for certain things, better to ask and be told. What's the worst you can be told? No. However, at the same time, sometimes it's like, dude, you're not paying anything. Like, and the judge is already mad at you for a bunch of stuff. I wouldn't ask. Like, but we are going to look really quick now that we're. Hi, beautiful. Oh, my screen is frozen.
Do you know, there's a tree somewhere in a forest that's producing oxygen really hard. Some of these people need to run with the speed of 1,000 gazelles, hug that tree, and apologize to it for wasting oxygen.
Hey,
Sorry.
guess what? We're 50 away from 4K.
Wait, what?
I'm 50 away from 4K.
Right, guys, come on, sub. Come on, let's get Squid up to 4K. Come on, we can do this. It is your mission, your goal, to get Squid to 4,000.
Y'all have a great day. I think I am going to get going to. The little is done with her bath, and it's time to spend a little family time before Mr. Squid goes to bed.
Exactly.
Because I have been sitting in this chair for far too long. Y'all have a great night. This could have been a 30-second stream, and we turned it into a 2-hour stream.
Hey, don't blame me. Do not blame me.
I would have to double dog Cody. I'd have to unsub and sub again. Like, no, but there were some people who were like, I talk to every day. There were literally some people who I talked to every day that were like, yeah, I was unsubbed. I didn't realize it. And I was like, I talk to you every day off of YouTube. Like, you're somebody I talk to all the time. And I know that you didn't do that on purpose. So, like, y'all, I will be back tomorrow morning. I am reading through some of the articles for the aircraft carrier that lost the jet off the hangar.
That'd be interesting.
$70 million in the middle of the ocean. And some of the reasons why. We definitely will, about 9:15 tomorrow morning, we definitely will go over some articles on what happened and why the U.S. Navy just lost $70 million. Hi.
And Squid, thank you so much for having me here. I really appreciate it.
You're always welcome here. One of the reasons that I enjoy talking about this subject with you is because I just literally follow the legal documents. I don't pay attention to all the other who's talking who's doing what to who. This and that.
Right. So now, basically, I've become your secretary. That's what you say. So that's what you're saying. Is that no? That's what you're saying.
I have access, Pacer. You have paid attention to the other stuff where I am like, say what, do, huh? Like, I know nothing about that. Can you fill me in? Give me the cliff notes, please. So I enjoy hearing, because sometimes the chat tells me, but like, it's not that I don't believe the chat. It's just like, sometimes I hear things and I'm like, are you sure? Because that's not, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes things sound kind of far-fetched, but they're true. And then some things I'm like, you know.
Yeah, but don't forget, I can only comment on stuff that I have seen for myself or I've researched myself. And I mean, when it comes to Deuce Boy, I mean, when it comes to ambulance chases, he's probably the worst. I mean, if you look at the word train wreck, you'll see an ambulance with him standing behind it going, yep. So, yeah.
And before I go, I just want to make an announcement. There's always like at least 200 to 500 people here for what the Hales stream. I would really, 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 really love if some of y'all would hang out with me for my other streams. I do talk about other things. We will be talking about the carrier. We'll be reading a couple articles on the initial reports of what happened, some further reports on what may have happened, and then my personal experiences with what may have happened, because I spent 15 months on a carrier in a squadron, not of F-18s, but I have, yeah. But I would love for some of y'all to hang out with me on other streams, because there is more to life than what the Hales. There is really more to life. So I will see y'all in the next one. Y'all have a great night.
Take care, everybody. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye.